The story begins on a planet called Asgard. A new virus has emerged and is now causing deaths while spreading rapidly. No drug nor vaccine is found to be effective against the virus. The Asgardian Health Organization has declared an international public health emergency. Your job is to manage resources and make decisions for your country, to save your people and save the world. In this video, we will introduce you how to play the game Pandemic One Health War. The Pandemic One Health War is an original board game designed for 72 players divided into 9 teams. Each team represents a country on the planet Asgard. Each team has 8 players and every player's character is unique. Each player sits in front of their character sheet already specified on the game board. Each player has 4 tokens on the character sheet. This is the team's board. Remember that your team represents a country on Asgard. Here you can see the map of Asgard on the game board. Let's say that in this case, this is the board of a country called Krypton. Krypton will be highlighted in red on this board. Connecting lines on the map indicates neighboring countries. This is important because if Krypton cannot contain their infections, spillovers will occur. Spillovers from Krypton will infect all countries connected by these lines. Now, let's look at the other parts of the game board. This is the treasury. It is where your country keeps all the income. The president is in charge of the treasury. The president decides how to spend the money. This is the hospital. Once a token is infected, it will enter the hospital starting from the outpatient ward at the bottom. At the end of each round, any token that remains in the hospital will have their health condition worsened by 1 step and move up the hospital building. Tokens in the outpatient ward will move up to the inpatient ward. Tokens in the inpatient ward will move up to the critical care unit. Tokens in the critical care unit will die and is kept in the morgue at the top floor. This is the doctor's room. 1 doctor is needed to treat 1 patient. Your tokens can be used to work as doctors. 4 tokens can be used as 1 doctor. Unless, if you are a healthcare worker, 1 token can be used as 1 doctor. So, if you are a healthcare worker and have 4 tokens, you can have 4 doctors. When a doctor treats a patient, their health condition gets better by 1 step. This means if a token is in the critical care unit, 1 doctor will move them down to the inpatient ward. A total of 3 doctors are required to cure the token completely. Cured tokens will be returned to the character sheet. If 2 or more tokens are left in the inpatient ward at the end of the round, a domestic spillover will occur. When there is a spillover, the public health officer needs to roll the spillover dice. The number on the dice indicates who gets infected. The infected character puts 1 token into the hospital in the outpatient ward. If 2 or more tokens are left in the critical care unit at the end of the round, an international spillover will occur. The accountant has to deliver spillover cards to all neighboring countries connected by the lines of the map. In this case, Krypton is connected to 4 countries: Themyscira, Lilliput, Pandora, and Atlantis. The accountant has to take spillover cards and deliver 1 to each country. When your country receives a spillover card, the public health officer rolls the spillover dice to decide who gets infected. If you received 5 spillover cards from 5 of your neighbors, you'll have to roll the spillover dice 5 times. So, be sure to take care of your neighbors. If a token reaches the morgue, the token is dead. With the current medical advancement, there is still no way to bring back the dead. Each player has 4 tokens, Once all 4 tokens are dead, you can summon a new set of character sheet with new tokens. The dead tokens still remain in the morgue. This is the research and development area. There are 2 things to develop: drugs and vaccine. Each has their own development token, research price, and development price. In order to develop drugs or vaccine, you need to move up its development token by doing research. You can use 3 tokens and pay research fee to move the development token up by 1 step. But if you're a researcher uses only 1 token to move the development token up 1 step, but still pays the same research fee. So, if you're a researcher, you can use 2 tokens and 2 times the research fee to move the development token up 2 steps. If you're a pharmaceutical executive, you can use 1 token to bump up a researcher's token by 1 step by paying 2 times the research fee. This is the research fund area. Anyone can donate money to the research fund. The president can also use money from the treasury to give to the research fund. Players can use either their own money or research fund to pay for research fee when doing research. This area is called Roll for the Cure. To develop drugs or vaccine, the researcher or pharmaceutical executive needs to roll for the cure. Once a drug or vaccine development token reaches a step with dice numbers, you can start rolling for the cure. To roll for drugs or vaccine, you'll have to pay its rolling fee, then roll 2 dice. If the sum of those 2 dice is equal or more than the number next to the research progress token, congratulations, you have succeeded. Flip over the development token and place it at the top. You can purchase drugs or vaccine once you have succeeded in its development. Be warned that you need to pay rolling fee each time you roll for the cure. The higher your research progress, the higher chance you'll get a success roll. These are the medical supply vaults. The president is responsible for purchasing medical supplies using money from the treasury. Price for buying each item is shown here. Personal protective equipment, PPE, can be purchased since the first round. Drugs and vaccine can be purchased only when you have succeeded in developing them. Drugs can be used to treat patients the same way as doctors. PPE and vaccine can be used to prevent infections, which will be explained later. These are the character sheets. Each character sheet is unique. For example, this is the character sheet of the president. This shows the number of the tokens he has. You put your tokens here. This shows the salary of the character per 1 healthy token. You put your hard-earned money here. Here you can see the description of your character. You can see your abilities and general responsibilities here. Special action indicates what happens when you get the special number with a gold star. Fail indicates what happens when you get your fail number with the black ribbon. Here are your dice numbers. It is one of the most important elements in the game. Every turn, you'll have to roll 2 dice. What happens depends on the sum of those 2 dice rolls. Numbers with red means you get infected. A half red circle indicates that 1 token is infected. Move 1 token to the hospital. A full red circle indicates that 2 tokens are infected. Move 2 tokens to the hospital. If you get the number with the gold star, you got a special action. Read what happens and follow the instructions. If you get the number with the black ribbon, you failed. Read what happens and follow the instructions. PPE and vaccine can be used to prevent infections by covering any 2 consecutive numbers. If your dice roll is equal to the numbers with red, but are covered with PPE or vaccine, you won't get infected. PPE is for one-time use. Vaccine stays permanently. PPE and vaccine do not affect the special or fail numbers. This is your reference card. It will be your best friend throughout the game. The front side tells you how to play the game in general. If you don't know what to do, read your reference card. The back side is a reference of how to play your character. Again, if you don't know what to do, read your reference card. Now, no one knows what to do. Let's read the reference card. In each round, the game consists of 2 phases, individual turns and the group turn. During the individual turns, every player, starting from the public health officer, does the following one by one. First, roll 2 dice. Then, perform infection or special action or fail by looking at the numbers on your character sheet. Then, collect salary for uninfected tokens. Then, move tokens or perform responsibilities. Next, you can give money to the treasury or research fund. Then pass the dice to the next player. After everyone has finished their individual turn, we will move to the next phase, group turn, which all actions may occur simultaneously. During the group turn, you resolve tokens. This includes returning PPE, cure patients using doctor tokens, and return tokens used for research. All the while, the president decides how to use money in the treasury. At the same time, the ambassador gathers at the Asgardian Health Organization, during which the international trader goes to the marketplace. Then, time's up, round ends. Every patient's conditions remaining in the hospital is worsened by 1 step. At this step, you resolve spillover infections. Finally, how to win the game. At the end of the game, we will finalize each country's status to determine the winning team. We have 3 major awards. First is the Best National Health Management Award. This will be determined by the number of patients and dead tokens remaining in the hospital. Certain points will be deducted per token. The more severe the patient's condition, the more penalty points are being deducted. Second is the Best National Economy Management Award. This is simply determined by the amount of money remaining in the treasury. Last but not least is the Best International Relations Award. The International Relations Award is judged and given by the Director General of the Asgardian Health Organization based on how well they helped other countries. During the game, countries who are doing well should help others who are struggling to promote the overall global health. Because remember, we are not alone. Even though we're on different teams, we still live on the same world. We share one world, and therefore, we share one health. So, that's it, that's all. See you at the SaSSOH student session. Bye bye!